2021. And we are going to check out the market. So I'm really quickly going to tweet out the link for everybody so they are able to join us as well. The benefit of signing up, hitting that like button, subscribe, and turning on the notifications is YouTube will also let you know when I do go live in the market. Oh, XLE just got an alert. All right, let's talk about RIOT. We're going to talk about SNDL. We're going to talk about Mara. And we're also going to throw one on there, Momo. It was not on my list today, but I'm going to tell you guys why I like that one. All right, let's just copy this and let's tweet that out. Let's go to LinkedIn as well. And really quickly, I wish that YouTube had a tweet or like a LinkedIn sharing capability. Maybe I need to mention that to them so that they can let me do that. Let's go to my, you know what, they changed this. Okay, I'm not going to do it there. No worries. All right, let's check out the market. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys having an amazing day so far? Did you rock the market? Did you rock Mara? Did you rock GBTC? Did you rock RIOT today? Those were some amazing trades with the Bitcoin price action. We're going to look at Bitcoin as well and see what's going on with the price action, where this could potentially go, where we could see Mara and RIOT go as well. So stay tuned. If you guys have anything that you would like to check out as well, put it in the chat, and please share with your friends as well. That's the best way to help other people, is really, hey, why is everything going down? Well, you know what, Ellen, let's check it out. All right, so here we are. Let's look, let's move this down. I have Momo there, I've got Mara there. Let's look at the SPY, right? Why on earth could the SPY be dropping right at the moment? Let's fix this. Sorry, I was just doing teaching, so they are set up differently. So let's put this one on the 45-minute. All right, well, are we extended on the market right now? Were we extended up at a high, brand new highs? Does this tend to happen? Hey, extension goes sideways, comes back down to here. Extension goes sideways, coming back a little bit. It's never just straight up and it's never just straight down. There are the cycles and the waves of the market. So seeing that we are starting to pull back a little bit is normal. This is not a panic. Oh my goodness, I'm going to freak out because all of a sudden my position is not long. Okay, if you are newer to the market, you might not recognize the fact that there are these down days which are healthy to rebuild that steam for a bigger move to the upside. So the SPY is pulling down over here today. Now, if you guys do not know, I do post my alerts out on Ticker Talker. I do have a leader profile there, and I post my alerts out there if you guys want to check that out. It's $19.99 a month for 7 alerts a day. So you're getting great ability to quickly make back that money. All right, so why is the SPY dropping? Well, we're hitting a moving average right now, 388.74. If this does not hold as support, this could be a potential entry for it to move to the upside. When we zoom in over here, we will look at Microsoft. We're going to look, we'll look at Zynga as well. AYU is also having earnings. So right now we've had about 4 days where it's been trading roughly here. If we break below 388.50, I would look for this to come back down to 386.74 and then on down to 384.20 and maybe all the way down here to 382.43. Is it a freak out scenario? No, right? If you are in a trade that's going against you, the hope mentality is never the best, right? It's best to get out now that commissions do not cost anything, right? It's better to be able to get out, get back in lower if you're long, or vice versa to the short side. But holding on to a position and hoping is not a winning strategy for trading. All right, let's check out the Qs as well. I will get to Microsoft as well. Pauline will look at Apple and Microsoft. So, hey, we're coming back down, almost hitting, this was probably where the 4 EMA was. We have higher than normal volume. I'm going to slide this over so you can see it here. We have higher than normal volume yesterday. If we take out this candlestick, that would be something to really be aware of, because that's higher than normal volume at the top. So are we setting up for a bit of a diamond and a bit of a reversal pattern here? Also, IWM hit was the lowest on the day. This could easily come back down here. And even more so, it could come all the way back down to 215, and we would still be in a healthy upward trend for IWM. So these sorts of days, not abnormal. Also, the middle of the day is when we can usually see some of this price action that dropping to the downside happen. And that's when a lot of people are away from their desk. They're not watching. You can see the volume coming in on the 45-minute chart over here. Let's even back this out to 2 minutes. Let's see if it's all coming in right now. Yeah, it's all coming in right now down here. Let's check the SPY really quickly too. See if we have the same scenario. Are they buying that there is support, right? Hey, look at this big volume. Okay, if we drop below, let's move this up. If we drop below right over here, then we're really going to pay attention. You see the volume building up? Watch the volume at the bottom. Let's check the Qs really quickly too. Hey, Asif. Oh, you love it, Pauline? Thank you. Thanks for that. You know what? I think there's a way as well, Pauline, that you can go to my profile and leave a review. So anybody out there that would like to leave a review for me on Ticker Talker, please do so, because people check that out. And you guys see, you can see from the alerts. If you're enjoying it, Pauline, I invite you to give a positive review, right? Qs as well, volume coming in. So watch these levels, right? Watch this price to see if it's going to continue right here. This candlestick in particular, this is a 2-minute candle. All right, let's pull this over just a little bit. Let's check out Apple. I think I might have my fibs on Apple. And I do. So we've got a bunch here. So it's coming back to a 61% retracement level right here. We're also hitting Brian Shannon's anchored VWAP right here. So watching to see, hey, look at this coming in. Volume started coming in roughly over here. And let's pull it back to a 15-minute. Are we going to tear up higher? Look at this big volume that came in. Well, we know that all that volume happened pretty much at the bottom, right? When you look at it on a smaller time frame. That's the only time that I personally will look at a smaller time frame, is when I see the volume building and I want to know, hey, where did that happen? Okay, we pull it to a 2-minute chart. All right, well, really, that volume came in between 134.50 and 134. So below 134, okay, bear hat, above 134.50, okay, bull hat, no thinking, right? Keep it simple. We're coming down here. Are we going to break below, what is this level here? 133.95. So we might come down and touch 133.95. Look at how this day we shot all the way down. They bought it up. Now we are below the 50. No, the 50 is down here, excuse me. And we have the 20 up here. No, 20 is right here. I'm confused because it's my anchored VWAP right here. Now, the prior trading day, let's move this over here. Are we below the volume? Yes, we are. From the prior trading day, and we've broken down below this trend line. I don't even know what that, oh, that was just like a megaphone trend line. I'm actually gonna get rid of that, right? So, could we pull all the way back down here? Yes. Would it still be in a bit of an upward trend? Yes. I'm gonna get rid of this trend line right here. Let's do this. Let's adjust this up here, adjust this over here. Aha, something else to watch. Selling, this is the 3rd day. Do we break out and break back up above, or is this going to continue back to the downside and go down to 132? All right, let's look at Microsoft now. All right, ooh, Microsoft, that's a 2-minute, way too choppy there. So on a 15-minute chart, we're kind of going sideways. 242 would look for breakout up above 244. Looks like it's a bit of a positioning day right here. And when we look on our daily chart over here, is this a bunch of days for breaking out or selling off? I would watch on the bigger picture below 240 or above 245. If we go below 245, red marker right now, LOL. Red marker, you mean it's going to the downside? Oh, red market right now. Yeah, it happens. It could also be green by the end of the day. It's just the middle of the day, right? They could be bringing it down to take it back up. Seeing this right here, let's look at this, right? When did we have sort of price action like this? Over here, we had price action. They took it up, came back, hit that price action again, took it up. Hey, we have a 1, 2, maybe 3. Maybe this is breakout from here. We go up to 260, right? We could be hitting more highs. There's lower volume that's happening at the bottom on the daily chart for Microsoft. So when we look at Apple and we look at Microsoft, right, what's happening to the volume right now? Well, the volume's dropping back just a little bit. It's coming to everything on discount, go buy what you want. I would be cautious personally. I wouldn't want to buy it at depending on your time frame. I should correct that later. I would look at the time frame for which I'm going to be holding it. If I would be holding it as a swing, I might be more cautious and wait until the end of the day to see if the bounce happens. Don't necessarily want to catch that falling knife. I would prefer myself this sort of price action on an intraday chart. Okay, I'm intraday trading it. Okay, that's different, right? But if I see this on the daily chart, that's not looking very bullish to me. I would rather see this and catch it at this point when it's already moving up instead of on the way down. Because it could continue going down. It could continue going down. Are we going to have a massive crash in the market? It could continue going down. Just when it's the first red day, that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be the last red day. I'd rather see that support come in and have it curl all the way up, personally. All right. So let's look at Zynga as well. Zynga, I believe, had earnings today, right? Or when did they have earnings? So Zynga, yeah, had earnings yesterday, negative 14 cents. And looking at this, it's breaking up above. I would look for it to close above $12, right? Maybe it's going to come back up and test the 12.50 area. Over here, had a nice bounce off of support. See, this one's nice. It's in that upward motion. We have almost a 1, 2, maybe we're in that 3 move to the upside right here. All right, so on my personal list today, I had Afria again, and it had a big pullback today. We had the bullish move yesterday, as with most of the cannabis stocks. TLRY, Afria, ACB. ACB also had earnings today. So I have ACB on, didn't I have ACB on the list? I could have sworn I did. No, I looked at it. I swear I did. 2 seconds, guys. That's not where it would be. All right, so Afria had a nice breakdown today, breaking down below the support level, and looks as if it might have found support roughly down here at $18. I did. Thank you. I thought I did. I'm like, am I losing it? Maybe I closed it out or something. Here's the list for today. So this is the full list on my newsletter. Yeah, ACB. So they have earnings after hours today. Where is it over here? Okay, this is yesterday's for whatever reason. Very weird. So we're going to go from this. So Zillow was on the list today for a potential move up higher above 189. Yeah, we definitely had that. We now had a nice $7. And you see this? Look at this right here. Okay, 15 minutes. Does that look like a nice positive bullish candlestick? No. Looks like it's definitely ready to sell off. Sure enough, it did. It pulled back down, finding support down here, 185.30. Could this have a next move to the upside? It could, definitely. Maybe this is also in relation to the market selling off, that's why. But likely in relation to this candlestick, we have a nice bearish reversal pattern right there on the chart. All right, next one, VFF. So weird. whatever. Not gonna sweat it. All right, VFF today also had a downward turn, breaking below 1940. Nice short, almost $4 to the downside, or roughly 20% of the profit if you'd gone short on that one. Open, OPEN, had a nice move to the upside, at least earlier it did. Now it's come back down, but once it broke up above, I'll put on 5-minute too. You guys can see, hey, look, this came all the way up 39, had a nice classic test, and then moved, broke it again, higher power, tested it, nope, sellers, tested it, nope. Okay, finally the sellers took over right here on the chart. All right, then we have SNDL. SNDL had a crazy day today, also in the cannabis sector. And you can see I have my fibs on here, came all the way back down to yesterday, or to the low all the way down here. People bought in and are riding it on the way up. But definitely a gap up and sell off. Actually had a halt right here in the first 5 minutes. Bounce, hit the moving averages, and is continuing down the hill. Found support roughly at $2 and will likely have a bit of resistance right here at roughly $2.75. And I would look for this secondary move to the downside here. We also had ACB. And ACB as well had the drawdown from 1950. So it came up, tested that, and then broke down below. You can see that I did this prior, and then it broke it and moved down further. So nice move to the downside, $5 here as well. A lot of the cannabis stocks really gapped to the downside today, or didn't gap to the downside, but had a bit of a correction. All right, let's look at the first one. We had OCGN. That one was a big runner last week. So you can see that many times when we have this big momentum, crazy up, then we have a bit of a correction. Now we're back up above it again. So this one, did it offer trades both directions? It did. Only if you'd been really, really quick in the first 15 minutes. And we have a nice little reversal pattern right there. Reversal, hey, some volume came in. Then it was really tight until about 980. Once that 980 level broke, boom, all the way up to 1350. So a big mover on this one. Now we're hitting the 425 on the EMA on the daily. So I would keep that on watch to see if we're able to break above. It looks as if we have more selling pressure that's coming in on this. And it also broke out on a downward trend right there at 980. All right. Next one was Uber on the list. Had earnings today as well. It gapped down today. And then it bounced nicely all the way up to 64.05. A little run up from 63 to 64, nice dollar, and it almost did that twice. So you could have actually captured $1 2 times today if you'd gotten out, waited for the reversal, bounced back in, and you could have captured $2 on Uber today as well, post earnings. All right, let's look at, we already did OCGN. And let's look at Glaxo. So we have GlaxoSmithKline today, big drawdown. And if you were on the flow trade demo that I did mention that we could have potential big movement on this. We are below those dark pool prints that happened back here on earnings. Or was it this day? 4th? No, it was the 3rd, because the 3rd was the day that we had earnings and I did the demo. And we had big prints. Well, you guys can see they came back, they pretty much tested that area, and now we're down below. So where are we going for GlaxoSmithKline? If we break below 34.86, look for the gap to fill down to 34.44, and it might drop, all the way down to $34. So we might have a nice dollar move to the downside here. We also had Sanofi was the next one on the list for today. Sanofi just has really, it's just dropped down. And sure enough, pulled all the way back down, hit this trend line. You see how actually it stopped right there, bounced. It bounced just prior and then stopped right on that trend line. And now we're heading back down. So if we close below this trend line right here for Sanofi, it's not looking pretty. Let's see, let's do this right here, 50 to 11. We might be seeing that we go down to $35. Oh, Rashab, I think that we could see Bitcoin head to 100,000 this year because it is lower float. Hey, John, welcome. Yeah, one more to check on my list over here was Save. Save also had earnings today and was on my list as a potential short, as with the airlines have not been performing so well. So once it broke below 30, it did have a little trade, 60 cents to the downside. You know, these trades, if you understand the underlying instrument of the stock, could give you good performance on returns for options as well. So even though I have it set up as a stock trade, if you understand options, these alerts work well for potential entries for options as well. All right, I'm going to check out Nvidia and then we will go to Merck for you, John. So Nvidia breaking out. Yeah, I believe that Biden just came out. Here we have Biden just came out saying, oh my goodness, we don't have enough chips. So let's zoom in over here. Let's put it on a daily. I think we could have a very nice target to the upside. Let's do this right here. Let's adjust this one here and here. So once it broke, here's how we're going to figure out our target. 82 points. And 82 points. We're not far away. 625 I would use as the target. So we have a test of the 600 already. It's pulling back, totally normal. Could pull back down to 584. Back down here, as we're seeing a bit of volume coming in, we did have higher volume. It broke out from this high over here, right? We need to see that it will hold the most recent former high. It did break this one. Now we're looking for this one and then a move up to 625 from there. So 25 points, roughly 8%, right? All right, let's look at Merck. If you guys have any other ones that you'd like to check out, put it in the chat. And if you are newer to the live stream, you like what you see, please hit that like button. It allows the YouTube algorithm to share it to help more people. So that's why I'm a big advocate of hitting that, smash that like button, right? Okay, Merck on the daily chart. I'm actually going to pull this back to a weekly. This is hitting a multi-point resistance. And you see it's really gone sideways. Look at that. We're hitting the 200 EMA on the weekly chart. Next leg or move potentially 73.25. If we drop below that, my thoughts are that this could potentially, obviously we would look for the round numbers, 70, 65, and then on, 65 would be my next one down there. All right. CCIV, NRIOT. All right, CCIV, Churchill Capital. Yeah, this one, it looks like it's had a bit of a pullback. Look, we had an upper trend line right here. And here we had, you see this flag that's set up. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe A, B, C, maybe. As long as it holds right here, 30.50, that would be my personal, hey, it's not holding that, I'm going to get out because it will likely be moving down. We start to see that the moving averages are starting to curl over. Yeah, Dollar, I'll definitely look at NEO. And we see that this could be rolling down. So looking for this to potentially, hold 30.50. You also see right here that this was a support and resistance area in the past. Not only that, but it's also a trend line. So multiple reasons why I would watch CCIV. And SNDL, I already covered. It looks as if it is dropping down NRE. It looks as if the cannabis sector has been heavily hit. I'm not sure if there's new buying coming into it, but it seems like the big massive momentum for the cannabis sector, that little bubble has popped at the moment. And NEO, let's check out NEO. So NEO, looking at this, we have this sort of resistance right here. You see the resistance flip to be support, then it was resistance. So I'd look to see that this 60 will hold as support. Hi Jane, I did good on open today. I'm liking my subscription to the watch list. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure, Walter. Awesome. I love hearing that people enjoy it, as it's something that I create for myself and watch those levels. And if the targets are broken. Yes, John, sorry, I forgot Boeing. I'll do it right after NEO. And here we have NEO, that we have a trend line over here. I'm going to move this up. Oops, that's not what I meant to move. Let's move this up here. So you guys can see we have this trend line right here for NEO, and this one, move this on over here and down here, that we have a bit of an ascending triangle. The depth of that, if we're able to break out and hold above 56 to $4.20. So if we're able to hold above 62.50, I would look for 66.70 area roughly as a target. 66.50, put it a little bit more conservative for NEO to the upside, but we do have a bit of an ascending wedge here now. Of course, if it breaks down below 58, I would look for that to the downside. So I'd look for it to come back probably down to the 50 simple moving average right here. All right, let's check out Boeing. So every Thursday, I am just a little bit later for my live stream if you guys are looking for me, because I am I do a little media spot with Angela Miles. So you can see here Boeing also hit the anchored volume weighted anchor price from the high of December 7th. As long as it is using that as a rejection point, I am bearish on Boeing. We did break, we have this big consolidation here. We broke down. We have another support and resistance area, 202.60. Looks like an area that I would really watch right here, 202.60 or 202.50. You see support, support. Hey, we broke down. It really didn't hold below for a long time, but we have resistance right here. So I'd watch for Boeing above to see if we could break up above 216 with some volume, or if it breaks down below 202.73, 202.50 right here. Then it might continue down further, even come all the way back down to 197. And I'll adjust this trend line over here because we do have a new high that was set up yesterday. So it would need to break up above that right there, and we'll draw one from down here too. So we're in a bit of an apex for Boeing. Which direction are we going to move on this one? All right, guys. So that's it, unless you guys, Rashab, what's your trading invest capital ratio or strategy? Rashab, best thing is to, in my opinion, is to practice on paper first to get your strategy down and to become consistent. So and build up capital that you're going to be trading with. Hello, Arky. So that you are learning before the money aspect comes into it, because you have to understand what you're doing. If you start having losses before you understand what you're doing, you're going to battle that psychological aspect of the loss before you even get the understanding and the education down. All right. So that's what I'm looking at first for newer traders, is really getting your strategy, understanding your strategy. Then once you understand your strategy, go in with smaller capital. Whether it's trading options, whether it's trading stock, go in with smaller capital and prove to yourself with the addition of real money that your strategy is working for you and you're able to execute your strategy properly. All right. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me for the daily wrap up. Again, I do have my alerts that I post out every morning. They are due to be going out on text alerts. So if you like text alerts, go to the Ticker Talker channel. I am the only female there on the leader profile board, and feel free to sign up for those alerts. They are $20 a month, which, as Pauline was just saying, that you can very easily make back. You know, if you'd had about 5 shares short of 2 of those stocks today, you would have paid for the alerts for the entire month. So have an amazing day. As I always like to wrap it up, carpe profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. See you all tomorrow.